Mike. Equalization. So there you go. You're going to get me off to the races again here, Mike. Without happy Friday to you. Let's go, man.
That rolling your eyes that you're talking about, it's the same thing across the board with people that are morally superior on the left. They think that that's some kind of an argument. It's case closed now because I just pointed out how foolish you are. Now, can we just move on to you paying my bills? And they don't even get anything out of it. Those transfer payments don't go to your average citizen that sits around watching CBC in Ontario and is struggling to buy groceries or pay their hydro bill.
Oh, I know. It's unbelievable, the detachment that I call them the anointed. We've talked about this, Mike. Thomas Sowell's incredible book, Vision of the Anointed. I mean, it explains everything. It's that all this anointed kind of supreme thought, New Age supreme thinkers came from the 60s campuses, North and South. The 60s campuses were all these Marxist professors. True story. Fact check it, everybody. Parachuted into the college campuses right in the middle of the Vietnam War and post-war. And these college students, they became New Agers. They don't think of themselves as globalists or New Agers. They just declared themselves anointed, that they have the vision for the state, the country, the province, and the world moving forward. So it started in the 60s, and now it's 40 years later, and we're seeing the results. So the anointed folks, I got people so angry at me back east because I tell it like it is, Mike. I mean, people could accuse me of anything, but they don't accuse me of not telling it like it is. And I have a lot of friends, as do I'll bet you, who are what I call demographically limousine liberals, right? In Quebec you got Laurentian liberals. It's a demographic. And you want to see, I've had people completely, block, censor, cancel me for even saying that word, that term, because they're anointed, Mike. They're anointed. They have the answers for everybody else. It broke my heart. I got an email from a friend. I can't believe what I'd share with you here. I got an email from a friend back east, and a very successful guy, just really, really successful guy. But he had actually read my book. And he emailed me back like, this is a guy I've known for 40 years, Mike. And he emailed me back and basically said, hey, Greg, nice to hear from you. Sorry, we can't talk, man. I just can't talk, period. And I determined that it's because he was a Justin Trudeau voter.
That's it. You can't be friends anymore because...
Oh, dude!
I just figured something out about you, and you're dirty, you're unclean, you're awful.
Oh,
yeah.
And you know me, and we're 80-20 guys, right? I wouldn't dream it, and I really mean this. I wouldn't dream of talking politics right now with anyone back east. I really mean it. That's just too much of a losing proposition.
Oh man, I've seen it tear people apart. Even in my own family, my son tried to call his grandfather in Ontario. Just to see how he is doing, just to say hi. And the guy just started screaming at him because, you guys out in Alberta, you don't believe in that COVID, do you? And that was it. And there was, he said, I can't even talk to my family. I can't even talk to them. They get so angry now.
It's just I say it's just too bad because this is not what America was. This is not what Canada was. Okay, the word is pragmatism. Okay, we were all born in pragmatism. I think most people that I know out there are kind of JFK Democrats, maybe a little Ronald Reagan Republicans, talk about the issues, no emotion, no anger and personal hatred. And I believe life is 80-20. I've told you that a million times. I wrote a full chapter about it in my book. Life is 80-20. We agree on 80% of the stuff. 20% of stuff we don't agree on. We shake hands, go away friends. But what's with this putting up the castle walls and death be unto to anyone who doesn't agree with me, Mike? When did that start? It's riling me up because I don't like losing friends. I really don't. I don't like, people say they don't like the divide they see on TV. And then they divide with their rhetoric themselves. Joe Biden, he's going to be the most inclusive president ever. Yeah. He's already calling, I love it, the MAGA people, the most dangerous demographic in the United States of America. That's called divisive people. So there you go. I don't understand, and it makes me sad because I want to really really chat about our similarities, not our differences. Because we agree on so much, and we could just, I really do.
When somebody's an activist, they become almost like a preacher with no mercy whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when you're an activist on this issue or that issue, if somebody disagrees with you even slightly, there go ipso facto vis-a-vis. Just because you think that way, 1 million people are going to die and starve. Therefore, I've got to kill you. It's the only righteous thing to do.
Isn't it unbelievable?
Yeah.
I'm going to stay glasses half full. You know me.
You know what we're doing?